The amazing Eric. Eric was playing at the water table. He watched the blue water swirl down the funnel and race through the tube. It spilled into the yellow water. Like magic, a green cloud appeared. Eric poured more and more blue water until the yellow water was a sea of green. He waved his hands and said, "Arda Taru!" I could turn the whole world green, he thought. Then he noticed his sleeve had unrolled into the water. There were 3 things that always made Eric cry: popping balloons, scary dreams, and wet sleeves. And now his sleeve was soaked, so Eric began to cry. Regina, his teacher, came over. "What's wrong, Eric?" she asked. Eric pulled at his wet sleeve. Regina knelt down. "I can see you're sad," she said. "Your shirt's not too wet. It should dry quickly." But Eric kept crying. Regina said, "It sounds like you want a new shirt. I'll go get you one." Regina stepped away, and Eric began to calm down. And then he saw that his shoe was wet too. Now there were 4 things that made Eric cry. Eric closed his eyes. He wondered if he would ever be able to stop crying. When Eric opened his eyes, he saw Rita standing near him. She handed him a rag and smiled at him. She plunged another rag into the water with a sploosh, and she dropped the rag on the floor with a slop. "I'm cleaning the floor," Rita said. Eric watched as the green water pooled around Rita's rag. Rita pushed the rag back and forth across the floor, spreading the green around. Rita said, "I'm the washer, you're the dryer." Eric sniffed back his tears and said, "You really made the floor wet." He slid out of his chair and began to dry the floor. He wiped his rag back and forth, and it soaked up some of the water. Like magic, Eric thought. Eric held his rag up in the air and said, "The amazing Eric will now make the water disappear." He said to Rita, "You make the water appear, and I'll make the water disappear, like this." And he waved his rag across the green and said, "Arda Taru!" Rita smiled. She dropped her wet rag on the floor again, and some water splashed up on her skirt. "Slippity-sloo!" she said. There were many things that made Eric laugh, and Rita was at the top of the list. He started giggling. Rita giggled too, and soon they were laughing loudly together. Just then, Regina appeared with a dry shirt for Eric. "Watch this, Regina," Eric said, and he waved his rag over some water and it vanished from the floor. "Erda Taru!" Regina smiled and said, "You don't seem sad anymore." Eric sat up and he thought, "I'm not sad," he said. "I'm happy. I'm playing magician with Rita." Eric smiled. "We're going to make the whole world turn green."